Today I'm going to be talking about the fateful incident which took place on the 18th of June, just of last month. A submersible named Titan, which was operated by a company called OceanGate, had sent off 5 of its exploring and adventurous souls to a mission on witnessing history with their own eyes, which was the world's most famous wreckage, the Titanic. And the cause of their death was by a catastrophic implosion. The submersible carried along 5 people in it, which includes the CEO and co-founder of OceanGate, Stockton Rush, a 61-year-old man, and Hamish Harding, a 58-year-old British billionaire and explorer, and Paul Henry Nargeotte, a 77-year-old French Navy diver, a former French Navy diver. He had 37 dives to the Titanic himself. And we also had Shahzada Dawood, a Pakistani billionaire slash adventurer, alongside his 19-year-old son, Sulaiman Dawood. Well, beforehand, we shall talk about Stockton Rush, the CEO and co-founder of OceanGate, the mastermind behind Titan. He was graduated from Princeton and worked as a flight test engineer for multiple years, even diverted his whole interest into deep-sea exploration. Afterwards, 2009, Titan was launched. But the fact that Stockton Rush's wife, Wendy Rush, was a descendant from a couple on Titanic. Safety. Safety wasn't ensuring for the Titan. Let's talk about how the whole submersive had to be relying on text-coded messages up on surface to be communicating. And there were exactly 4 security cameras outside of the submersive which were bought off cheap. Stockton Rush relied on a $30 gaming console to run the whole submarine. A $30 game control. Titan, it was bolted from 18 bolts. It was bolted from outside, and the inside could not barely do anything if only the outside crew members unlocked the bolt. So there is no guarantee for safety at this point. And honestly, if I start talking about the safety issues of this, it's not gonna end because Stockton Rush declined himself. He even fired one of his employees for raising safety concerns about the Titan, and even an engineer quitted the company before Titan was launched because of safety issues. But if you're not familiar with catastrophic implosion, it basically happens instantly. If I just do this, that's how fast the Titan imploded. Just this fast. You now have to be putting pressure inside, but when you're thousands of depth underwater, the pressure is not needed already. There's pressure coming from the outside more than inside. The lungs could be possibly collapsed in that such depth of the water. The fact that some actually paid $205,000 for an 8-day expedition. It all started on the fateful Sunday of June 18. The dive was supposed to take place at 4 a.m. in the morning, but for some reasons the dive got delayed to 8 a.m. in the morning. Just after 1 hour and 45 minutes into the dive, just halfway through the Titanic wreck site, the Titan lost communication with his motherboat, Polar Prince. Titan only relied on text-coded messages up to surface. They should have cancelled the expedition immediately, but they didn't. They decided not to have any act because they were supposed to be upshore at 3 p.m. in the evening. Even past divers did experience communication loss for about 4 to 5 hours. Even Stockton Rush himself had lost 4 to 5 hours of communication while his solo dive during the Titanic wreck site. After they were not supposed to return at 3 p.m., Polar Prince decided to notify the U.S. Coast Guard. 19th of June. They started to search the area where Titan had its lost communication. They doubled the search area day by day, but during the day, sounds were detected. Just of June 21, of Tuesday, U.S. Coast Guards, Canadian Coast Guards, U.S. Navy doubled the search area. And as of that day, 2 p.m., underwater noises were detected. They were still very hopeful since the Titan had 96 hours of oxygen left on board. And that is when everything went downhill. At roughly 6 a.m. on June 22, all of us were hoping that the missing submarine will eventually come up surface or the rescue team will be rescuing them. Hence, the crew members had 96 hours of oxygen left. It was a rough deadline. And eventually, on 2 p.m., a debris field was found near the wreck of Titanic. And as if the debris was consistent, which belonged to the Titan, the U.S. Coast Guard announced that all of the 5 crew members were dead and eventually caused by a catastrophic implosion. At the end of the day, we get to learn something. Honestly, it's not of the loss of the 5 people who were on board, but how future engineers could put in more safety. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching.